Hi, my name is Whitley Redford, and I am a freshman biology major at Clemson University. And this is Scooter. He's a Clemson fan. Today I'm going to talk about my new student dialogue that I attended last week. My new student dialogue topic was on conformity. And first of all, when my group met, the two leaders showed us two videos to kind of get our minds flowing and thoughts flowing on conformity. The first video was an experiment where a third grade teacher told all the third graders in her class with blue eyes that they were superior or dominant to the students with the brown eyes. And she wanted to see how the students would react and how they would act towards this. Within one day, the students with the blue eyes were being extremely mean to the students with the brown eyes and just being very harsh towards them, showing that when somebody is put in a leadership position, sometimes they conform to that and really go overboard. And these students were treating each other nice before they found out that one group was dominant over the other. The second video that they showed us in class was about a prison experiment where a man had people arrested who had not committed crimes. And then he had a group of teenagers be the prison guards in the prison. And he wanted to see what would happen to these guys if he put them in leadership positions to see how they would conform to their leadership. And what had happened was this experiment was supposed to last 2 weeks, but it ended up only lasting 4 days because the teenagers that were the prison guards, per se, were extremely mean and extremely harsh to the prisoners because nobody was allowed to step in and stop them from being so harsh. And it was an experiment, and the prisoners ended up having bad breakdowns and stuff because the prison guards or teenagers were being so harsh and humiliating to them. And now there's several questions that I need to answer about this dialogue. The first question I need to answer is, do you feel your group achieved true dialogue? Why or why not? I feel that my group somewhat achieved dialogue. There were several people who were very outspoken, and within that small group, within our larger group, dialogue was achieved. People did talk, they had differing opinions, and I feel like those opinions were able to get across the board for everybody to hear, and if discussion got heated or somebody felt the need to talk, they would talk. Moving on to the second question were some of my observations on the dynamics of the group I was in. There were several active voices, and those active voices tended to come from, obviously this is a new student dialogue, but people who were older in the group that were still new students, maybe somebody going back to school or somebody a senior who had just transferred over to Clemson University. And typically those are the people who spoke the most, probably older and wiser on the topic of conformity. And those voices actually are really what created this dialogue and made it good. And second, there were several reserved voices as well. Actually, the majority of our group was a reserved voice, probably for many reasons, some being shy, some just not wanting to speak, some just wanting to get everything over with. So those are the different observations of the dynamics I witnessed in our group. What role did I play in the group and why? I played more of a reserved role. I sat back and listened. I'm not much of a confrontational person, so I really don't want to say something that somebody doesn't agree with. And even though this is a safe environment, I just don't feel comfortable doing that. So I just decided to play the reserved role and listen because I like to hear other people's opinions because I respect them. And the next question is, why is dialogue a part of CU 1000? I think they require a dialogue as part of the Clemson University 1000 class for freshmen because the way dialogue is set up is that you're given a topic and a date that you can sign up for. So it's a random group of people signing up from all over the world, like all different cultural backgrounds. And I think they want to bring all these people together and different views and opinions in order so that everybody can share their beliefs and opinions in a safe environment created by Clemson. And I feel like they give us touchy topics like conformity, so you can hear different opinions from different regions of the world and different cultural backgrounds and just different backgrounds in general, like regional backgrounds and just the way different people were raised because they have different opinions. So I feel like that is one of the big parts of new student dialogue, that they're including this in C1000, so we can hear different people's opinions on the topic. And I believe that's all I have today. Go Tigers!